Now
Okay.
it's recording?
What does it say?
Don't close the app while recording.
Okay, yeah, for recording.
Okay.
Haley, pull up on it.
Okay, so this is my first YouTube video. Don't smile because it makes me nervous. I wanted to introduce myself. It was been placed on my spirit to do a YouTube video about things that I see that are weighing extremely heavy on my heart. My name's Karen. I am a 52-year-old, almost 53-year-old married mother of 3 kids. And today I want to talk about the extreme social anxiety that I see in my own children. And I worry that I cause that with them. And yes, my daughters are in the room. They're being quiet because I need their support, and they're here to support me.
One of us are.
And it, as I was saying, it's just been put on my heart. It just seems like a lot of the youth today are extremely stressed out. Like they can't make up their mind, and I see it in my own children, the social anxiety. Example, my son is away at college, and he was texting me because, God forgive me, son, if you read this, see this, because he was nervous, and he is a very smart, bright young man, but it made him nervous, and he felt awkward. And all 3 of my kids are doing this. And I do want to mention that I am a Christian. And by that I mean I'm a complete mess. And anyone that says they're Christian that don't recognize that they're a complete mess, you need to seriously just say a prayer over that situation. I do want to start that I was generation. I see a lot of people mention this Generation X, generation whatever, millennials, whatever that we have going on. I don't know if I buy into that. I am Generation X, and we were like Lord of the Flies. And if anybody tells you that we weren't, they're not being truthful. Our parents didn't watch us, but we also didn't have the same dangers as what's present today. Or maybe there was that dangers and it's just much more popular now. I don't know. I can't figure that out. But I do want to ask my daughters questions about what they see the most, of the things that they're dealing with the most. And I am nervous, so I'm kind of like all over the place. I did want to mention the Generation X thing before I move forward, because sometimes I think some generations act like they're better than the other generations. And again, did we have fun growing up? Yes, we had fun. We had a lot of fun. But in the same sense, we were running buck wild. We were running buck wild. We really were. I mean, there was like no, yeah, did we get in trouble? And our parents probably spanked us because we were unruly at best. I mean, we ran the streets, we got into trouble, but we didn't have the same challenges as I think there is today. I think a lot of kids are stressed out because they view themselves as to whatever's accepted during the time that in which it's accepted. Like, everybody needs to say a little prayer that bleach blonde hair teased off the top of your head 10 miles is no longer a thing. But I don't know what I'm trying to. I'm trying to think what is the most pressing issue. And I'm not trying to down my parents, but I don't have a lot of self confidence. I have a lot of social anxiety issues. I was never told I was pretty. I was never told I was smart. I was never told I could just accomplish anything that I want to do. And I'm not saying that to make someone feel bad for me, because I'm not. because I'd struggled with that. I struggled with even asking anybody for help. So it's my journey here lately that I've realized that a lot of what I do is because of fear of rejection, or maybe, oh, she's stupid, or look at her, I feel it. I feel it when I walk into a room. I turn in on myself, and I won't look around, and then I get so stressed out when I'm around a bunch of people. But so do my kids, and I went way over the line of telling them I love them, or at least I thought I did. Like, they knew I love them, and I think they're beautiful, and I think they're awesome. But where I think I messed up is twofold. Like, I never wanted to hurt their feelings ever, so I cushioned everything. And had this weird, probably because I have separation anxiety because of my childhood. I hovered, like I had to know where they were, what they were doing, when they were doing, who were they, and I didn't approve of any other parents because they couldn't keep them safe, except like a handful of my family members. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't really trust them either, so I was stuck. And not that they would endanger them.
Almost got killed by our cousins.
Just that things worried me. Like, they're not going to watch my babies like I would watch them. And then that just made them fear everything. So the intention, but at the same time, I can't say the intentions were pure, because it wasn't about them. It was about me and my fears that I had to work through. And that's not good to put on your kids either. So, but I do have a breathing exercise that I want to do, that at my place of employment, I'm training using emotional intelligence guideline that's happening now, and I do see a little bit of a change. I'm trying to change a culture, which always comes with substantial pushback. But once they see it rolling, they get it, they understand, they see the results, and they see what I am trying to get them to face too. But it's not about there. It's about, I'm gonna say, the teenagers nowadays, and I don't want to push anything on anyone. Again, I do believe in Jesus. I believe in God because He's made sure that I understood He exists. But that's my journey at a whole nother time. But I was going to ask my daughters what they see the most, and what they feel the most pressing issue is in high school kids. Because I feel like there's far too many kids that are being left behind right now. Like, I see so many programs for teens that, and you guys can say I'm wrong or not, but I see a lot of programs for teens that excel. They do grades. I think here locally, the intentions are pure. I get that the intentions are pure, but they have partners in prevention. And they become advocates of telling other kids not to do drugs, which is great. It's a great program. Problem is you leave out a lot of kids that weren't or aren't being told they matter, that aren't being told they're smart, or have something to offer. Aren't being told. I lost my train of thought. Should we pause it?
No, I was just I was scared that I was gonna say something and like put you off track. I think I accidentally did. Okay.
But just like, okay, once everything gets figured back out again, just keep going. And I like apologize for the pause, because I edit that out. But
Can you pause it?
no, we only get 3 hours of this. Hurry up.
3 hours?
Yeah.
What are we going to be using 3 hours for?
Oh
This?
my gosh. You might as well tell me you're from Kentucky without telling me you're from Kentucky. What we gonna be doing that for?
Sorry.
Well, now we have our first blooper.
No, the first blooper was us figuring it out at the beginning.
Okay, so
Were we recording?
Not that time.
Oh, okay, because I got a lot of bad angles on it.
Okay.
Like, I don't want that put out on
So-
the internet.
there it goes again.
Shut up!
Tell me you're from
I want that on the
Say-
internet.
I'm a little
You're
Southern belle from
Kentucky.
Kentuckyana.
You gotta tell me you're from Kentucky.
Born and raised in Shepherdsville, Bullitt County.
No, you weren't.
I don't. Where was I born?
You were born in Louisville.
Oh!
No,
Born and
she
raised.
wasn't.
Yes, what?
I said,
Where was I born?
She was born in a hospital in Louisville, but she was
oh, you were
raised.
brought home in the
Yeah.
northern part of Bullitt County.
All right.
All right.
alright.
So, where was I? Oh, I don't think a lot of these kids, when you have programs where it is for the kids that excel, great program, but you're leaving out a lot of kids that the cards are stacked against them already. It might be generational things that have happened into their parents' lives that have spilled over to their kids' lives, but we seem to have a lot of kids that are getting left behind. And they're getting left behind because the things that they've seen, a lot of other kids can't even comprehend or wrap their mind around. And those kids grow up to be adults. And then you have different kids that have a different type of background grow up to be adults. And that's why I think a lot those two sets of adults can't understand, and why one with good intentions wants to have other kids succeed or excel. You leave out a whole lot of hope and kids that have a lot of things to offer. However, when you don't have a way to reach back for them, they stay back. That's just my personal opinion. I just think there needs to be program. I do like the new mayor in our city. I do believe he understands that. But with all great men, then comes politics. So you have to really watch what they do. And I'm just being honest. So I am going to ask my daughters what they feel like I have said before. All three of my children suffer through, and I say suffer because that old saying, dance like no one's watching. I think we need to start doing that a lot more. But it's really hard when you feel so internalized. So, girls.
Hi.
And again, they're not
Hi,
going on
what's
camera.
your
They don't want their face on camera.
I
No,
don't.
I want to show my face eventually. I just want to be mysterious for now.
Okay, one wants to be mysterious for now. Okay. What is the biggest thing or obstacle or the things that just kind of tug at your heart that you see as happening with kids your age? And by that I mean high school kids.
Did we all smack our, like, we all did that?
We
lip
did.
Smack names, you know?
We all do it before we think.
I'm trying not to do it right now. I think in high school, it's like cliques exist, and it's very obvious. And I think that like the more popular, like more well off, like financially kids, definitely they set a bad example of acceptance towards people who are like less fortunate and people that are different from them. And society is already struggling with like accepting things that we would have never accepted 40 years ago. And people that are like better at understanding their emotions and understanding who they are, they're not speaking up for the ones that don't really know how to do that. And the just blatant cliques and like all the separation in high school of like weird kids, like popular kids, and just like annoying kids. I feel like that's really bad on a teenager, especially like someone who's figuring themselves out. It's really bad.
She has better look out on this than I do.
Well,
I was
what-
gonna say drugs.
Well, drugs, I think, play into it. Well, I think that's always been that way.
I feel like it just got enhanced by social media.
Right.
Because now we have
Right.
like,
I agree with
12-year-olds looking at 17-year-old girls that have like the perfect
that. No one's
body.
perfect. And that's something
And
I'm going to say
That's
to
why I did the
everyone.
quotation marks. But now that we have social media, it's like you see that a lot more, and it's not just like in person, but it's all around now. So it's just like it's on blast. So there is a huge difference between how it was before like social media and all this and how it is now. Because even like back before electronics and technology existed, we still had like ads and stuff to where like women and men, they all got like shown in a different perspective to how people actually are. They got shown into what the beauty standard is, or like how you're supposed to be. And sometimes people weren't like, they didn't have the ability to like have and see that. But now that we have social media, it's everywhere.
She's thought about this one.
Well,
Not really.
I would agree.
There we go.
Well, when you have, what do you think how do you think that could get fixed, though?
You're going to get brain brightened on. Because I have no clue. I just think
Well,
positivity
Okay, well,
is definitely
you know what? I
think-
hear
no,
that
I
a lot, and everybody is like, "Oh, which is great."
Well,
I'm not.
I
No,
don't-
but
I
if
don't
you've
think-
got positive vibes.
Well, sorry.
but-
Positive wasn't the word. That's
Use the band
good.
thing.
Yeah. Maybe
Did she just
realistic.
shush me?
And she used the band hand movement too.
I think realism is what we're looking for. Like, because
Okay, well, what if you don't really know how to like hone in on realism? What is realism? Could it be being okay with who you are?
yeah,
And
And
okay, so
accepting that no one is perfect. Perfect is just like a societal standard that we hold ourselves up to because we want something to hold on to.
Okay, I agree.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan's perfect. But what I'm asking is that how do you get kids to accept themselves when they're continually, when it's just put in their face all the time? You should be like this, you should be like this, you should be like this. And I don't know who said it. When, there is a saying out there that if you take a fish and tell the fish to climb a tree, and that fish can't climb a tree, then it's going to feel stupid.
Who in the world said
I don't know.
that?
I got it from somewhere.
Okay. Right.
Somewhere.
I think the person that told the fish to climb the tree is a little dumber than the fish.
Well, so
Daryl just signed.
Oh, that was Daryl.
Yeah, that was Daryl.
do you think that it's a matter of kids not being able to identify with their feelings, how they really feel, like their emotions? Because
Stop with the man cookie.
maybe kids are told how they should feel, how they should think.
Sorry, keep
It's-
going.
I think it's a level of, I don't know. I don't know how to say this. I blank a lot. More self-acceptance than it is. Like, you, at some point in your life, you have to break off the path that everyone else is on.
Mm.
And you have to accept yourself for who you are.
We have this.
Hello, Daryl.
Hi, Daryl. Do you want to be on camera? Do you want to be on camera? What do you have to say about this, Daryl?
Okay. So, how do you think we can?
How do we show the dog without you getting in the camera view? Do you want to show Daryl? No. It's okay, Daryl. You'll get your time to shine.
How can you help those kids? The kids and what I'm referring to, that are sad, that are they don't know if they're coming or going. They don't feel like they measure up. How do you reach those kids?
Call them. I don't know. Make a
Well,
club.
I'm a kid myself, so I don't really have the answer to that.
Do you think it would help if kids today could learn techniques to
Sorry. Keep going.
to like really y'all gonna lay him in your face and lick your hands after he just licked his crotch?
I'm not letting him
Seriously?
lick me.
It's Meg with you.
Ugh.
Meal.
I feel like there should be like a class.
No, kids don't pay attention to
Not
class.
stupid.
We have
What
phones.
if
Take away the phone. I don't know.
maybe, because I did find in some of the studying and the research that I was doing, there's a breathing technique, and it's a form of meditation to where you try to focus in on your emotions or a particular emotion, and you try to box that emotion. And you think kids would try that?
Huh?
Do you think they
Possibly.
would try it? Okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm of course I'm gonna try to have my daughters do it, but they're gonna be off camera. I'm gonna just kind of read off. I'm gonna read off the instructions of the breathing techniques. That's why I have this
Turtle.
video of
Ocean life.
relax.
Relax.
Relax time is
Relax time is the name of the video. So
Well, it's the name of the creator.
We're saying that so we don't get copyrighted for
This
music in the back.
This live stream has been
relax
going on
time?
for
That's
5
not
months.
even fair.
Well, I told you not to put it in the video. I was going to tell you put it in the description.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, how do you corner a name like that? Of course, I have to give them props. I mean, that was smart. Relax time.
Oh, relax time.
That was pretty smart.
At them.
Okay, so
Hashtag relax time.
now both of you guys will have to get like in a seated position.
And a what?
In a seated position.
I'm seated.
Yeah, you could do
Get
it.
Ground.
Okay,
Daryl's seated. Can you do it with us?
Haley, Kylie, I need to look. Hey, what's her name over there? Haley.
Love you too, Mom.
I love you too. I love my babies. Okay. Again, or maybe I didn't mention this. Remember, did I mention it? It just being on my spirit of having a video like this.
I think you said that.
Okay, because it is on my heart that I see a lot of hurt, a lot of confusion, a lot of loneliness. There's sometimes that people will smile, and that smile is not reaching their eyes. I just think we have to do better by each other. Actually, I think we just have to do better by each other. So what you need to do is sit in a chair.
A chair.
Or you can sit on the floor.
Isn't she sitting? Do you want to do it with us?
Okay, to stop. He's in the middle of that. Daryl, go sit down. Now.
Sit down, ma'am.
All right. So what the technique is? What we're going to do is this breathing exercise that I found. So I'm just going to breathe through it, and if you want to, you can. You don't have to. But I think it might help if you just follow my voice, and I'm gonna have my daughters do it, and then just try it. And this is based off of building emotional awareness, but I found it, and it just kept weighing on my spirit. So the first thing you want to do is find a comfortable position. A comfortable sitting position, not standing position. Okay.
She wasn't talking to you, stupid.
Allow your spine to be straight. That's one thing I have to do. All my tension is up here. This is something I'm learning. It's just up here. Don't close it. Oh.
Yeah, just you go.
Okay. Are you guys gonna stay up here with Mom? You don't have to. So, you'll notice that my hair is different, and I think I stopped. Where did I stop, Kylie? Did I stop
Right
at
before the breathing exercise.
the breathing exercise that I want to do? So it's a different day, and my daughter is gonna fix it. And before I do the reason it didn't record the last time is because I screwed something up. I messed something up. So, anyways, we went to a funeral of a close friend of my husband's today, and I noticed, as I was talking about in the last video, of why do you keep staring at me? Why are you guys doing that? It's like you're telling secrets right here in front of me, and I'm like, I don't understand.
Are we going downstairs? Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
There's Kylie. Don't trip over that again.
Oh, my hand's huge.
My hands look really big in this too, and they're.
No, my hands are just naturally big.
Okay.
Okay.
I love you girls.
But yeah.
So, as I was saying, that we went to a funeral today of a close friend of my husband's. It was cancer. And I think maybe we're all just kind of in shock, because when you get around someone that's larger than life, it's just shock. And you feel so bad for his kids. It is sad. But in there, a red bird did show up and sat on one of the trees, and that's always, I believe, a sign from beyond the veil that they're here and they see him. But back to that social anxiety, when I was there, I did it. As soon as I walked in, I was just so uncomfortable. And then, of course, I said hi to some of the kids, and there is history with some of the individuals here. I don't know. I'd rather sit way off to the side somewhere and no one talk to me besides my husband. If I can see. But that was the social anxiety I was talking about. Of course, there is some history there. Because I think my emotions show on my face, and I think there's certain individuals that need to get it together. I think a lot of people need to get it together. I'm not trying to sound insensitive to issues that have happened to you, but if you, yes, horrible things happen, and I'm not trying to make light of that. But after a year and you still don't have it together, it bothers me. It bothers me when you have children, because you got to do what's in their best interest. And that's difficult to do, but I just think some people need to get their act together, because it bothers me, and I probably show that on my face, where I'm just like, and I'm not perfect. God, I'm not close to perfect. I am a hot mess. but there comes a point that you have to push back. The only person that's going to beat you is you. Yeah, you, as an adult, I'm not talking about kiddos. As an adult, you've got to pick yourself back up and you have to get back in the game. You can't let someone win and have that over you. You just got to keep getting back in the game. That's what it's all about. And I say that, but I'm guilty of it myself. For example, that I don't know if you can see this, and I may have to edit this and fix it. But a coworker got that for me for Christmas, and these are all the words. Golden Tail Creations. Golden Tail. Lord Krista, forgive me if I don't have that right. I'll fix it. These are words that remind her of me and maybe the group. And I thought to myself, I don't feel that on the inside. I put on a good face. And I have to learn these things. I have to learn this about myself. I have to be okay with being all these things. I think that's what the most screwed up part of it is I don't know if there's certain things where I'm think it is it arrogant, or I'm being cocky and it's just, and I don't know, because I'm not in any way, shape, or form do I think I'm better than anybody else, because Lord knows I'm not, and Lord knows I've got a trail of sins behind me. But yes, on to what I was saying about kids. And this is maybe why it's been put on, and it's maybe why God has been putting it on my heart. I'm thirsty. Why God has been putting on my heart to do this. And it was that breathing exercise that I was at the very beginning of the video. So if you want to do this, you can participate. Do it, continually. I've started recently trying it, and guys, a lot of ways, you guys are going to end up going on the crazy train of Karen of trying to heal herself. And so I can be a better person. Person's not a word. I'm not a bad person. A better mom. A better wife. A better woman of God. And a better employee. And a better leader. So I guess maybe you're getting ready to go on this journey with me. But this is called Decoding Emotions. And I got, of course, it's Daniel Kohmann's Emotional Intelligence. That was a book I read, and I really started getting into it. I've not gotten into it enough as I'd like to, or been able to read as much as I would like to. But at the same time, I'm ADHD. If you look up ADHD in the dictionary, it'll probably be me, and I'm untreated. So I'm going to read this off, and then if you could just follow my voice while I'm doing this. Find a comfortable position in your chair. Allow your spine to be straight and long, and let your shoulders drop. Now this is where I'd stop and think. That shoulder thing, all my tension's held in there, and I think we do that so much we don't even realize. Like, and we hold our breath. I do that, and I have to stop that. It's not good. It's and stress will wreck your body. Um, okay, see, there's ADHD again. I totally. Okay, allow your spine to be straight and long, and let your shoulders drop. So just loosen your shoulders as much as you can. Like, make sure your spine's straight and loosen your shoulders. Drop them. Gently close your eyes, or if you prefer, simply gaze down in front of you with a soft focus. So if you don't want to close your eyes, that's okay. But look down on the ground and softly is release that tension in your eyes. Don't let that tension, because you know me, a lot of people are like, you just look so mean. I hear that all the time. Are you mad? So I'm sure I walk around like that I'm doing something, and I'm legitimately just thinking. If I'm mad, it's usually somewhere like I'm grinding my teeth. The rest of the time I'm just thinking, which is horrible because I am getting all kinds of wrinkles. Anyways, it don't matter. Okay. Gently close your eyes, or if you prefer, simply gaze down in front of you with a soft focus. Notice where your body is making contact. Your feet touching the floor, your sit bones on a chair. Notice your breath. For the next 5 or so breaths, follow each inhale and exhale, feeling or imagining that breath flowing into and out of the body. So do that 5 times, 5 or more times, more if you're more comfortable with it. Just breathe in and breathe out and follow each inhale and exhale. Just focus on your breath. Now shift your awareness from your breath to your body and begin to scan through the body slowly from head to toe, observing any feelings or emotions that are present. Just try to focus on those. You might detect numerous feelings or emotions throughout the body. For the purpose of this exercise, choose one feeling or emotion to focus on for now. Notice where in your body this emotion is located. So what part of the body is holding this feeling? Now, how big or small is the feeling? Where are its edges? Are those edges sharp or soft? Does the feeling have a color? And if so, is the color changing or remaining the same? Is the feeling heavy or light? Is the feeling hard or soft? Is it rough or smooth? If I could touch it with feeling with my hand, what would its texture be like? Now, if you were to give a name to this feeling or emotion, what would it be? Can you identify it? Can you give it a label? If a name for this feeling doesn't come to mind, that's okay. Be kind to yourself and continue to observe the feeling in the body with curiosity and without judgment until the nature of this emotion becomes clearer to you. Continue to get to know this emotion for another 5 or so minutes. When you feel you have reached a level of comfort with an understanding of this feeling, gently open your eyes and bring your attention back to the room you're in. Now, hopefully, you can do that. But I would also suggest that after you do that and you can identify that feeling, journal it. I know that sounds like I can hear someone like journal it. Write it down and focus on that emotion that you felt or what you could hone in. And again, you don't have to do it. at first. You may not be able to grapple it. You may have so many emotions you're having a hard time to pinpoint one down. But try to figure out a way to focus on one at a time. And then just try to figure out, because you'd be really surprised, and it's taken me a lifetime to figure out. A lot of emotions are rooted in something else. Like anger is, to me, anger is hurt's ugly cousin. When I'm hurt because I've struggled with having coping skills. If I'm emotionally involved, I can get pretty mean. It's not okay, but it's quick. It's like a little hurricane, or maybe a tornado. Probably a tornado because it's a lot faster. But again, I don't know. I just like helping. I like helping. I like learning, and I like helping. And I see a need in youngins today. And I'm sure some adults are struggling too. But then there comes a point, once you hit a certain age, you need to try to get it together. My goodness gracious mighty. But I'm just a small town girl from Kentucky that's just learning just like everybody else. Okay? And I hope everybody has a good night. Just be big. I know this is cliche, and sometimes I'm like, okay, that's easier said than done. Can we just start trying to be nicer to each other? Slow down in traffic, maybe let somebody merge. I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to go home. I'm just trying to go home. Why won't you let me over in traffic? Or hold the door on for someone. Or even if they don't say thank you, just do it. It's good for the soul. And smile and look at the trees more. And look at the sunset more. Just look up.